Good morning, everyone, from my living room and my family. This is Aria. To yours, we're going to do a little bit of a general stretching routine. We're going to focus on the upper body and a little bit of the back and legs. This should be done every day. It shouldn't be anything that is too strenuous, but as always, if you have a concern or a previous health condition, always check with your primary care physician. If you're rehabbing from something, just make sure it's okay with your PT before you get started, okay? So go ahead and find a space. I'm using my mat. I'm going to stand up nice and tall. My knees are soft, but I'm up nice and tall. Core is engaged. I'm just going to take my ear towards my shoulder. 2 fingers worth of pressure up overhead, and I'm gently adding that resistance. If you would like to increase the stretch, you can place the other hand on your tailbone. That adds a bit of distraction to the opposite shoulder, which helps to elongate the upper trap, which is what we're stretching right now. From there, we're going to release. We're going to tip to the other side. 2 fingers worth of pressure, and going back down, just like that. Remember that as you're standing here, keep your spine nice and tall. You don't want to lean with that arm. You want to keep that elbow back so you're pulling directly along the side of the body, the same line of pull that the opposite muscle is. So this muscle that we're stretching, we're adding the same lever of pull to increase the muscle fiber length. Okay, from here release. You can always repeat stretches, but we're going to move on to levator scat. So go ahead and look down towards your pocket. You're going to take 2 fingers worth. My bicep is right in front of my mouth and nose. I'm going to pull forward and down. Same thing, I can place this hand on my tailbone. Good, and release. Let's go to the other side. Look towards that pocket. 2 fingers worth of pressure right by where a ponytail would sit. Not cranking on my neck. I'm trying to keep my shoulders upright and my core engaged. Back to center. Go ahead and do a shoulder shrug up, back, and down. These are just active shoulder rolls. There's no hold. We're just making sure that we're lifting them up towards our ears. We're pulling them back using our shoulder blades like we're holding a number 2 pencil between them. And we're depressing them down like we're holding really heavy bags of luggage. So it's an up, it's a back, it's a down. It's an up, it's a back, it's a down. Good. We're going to do 3 more, and 2 more, and last one. From here, we're just going to take one arm across our chest. Palm is up, or it's in a supinated position. You're going to pull that arm into your chest. Try not to hike your shoulder up. Try to keep your shoulders nice and relaxed. Your neck is long, your core is still engaged, and your knees are still soft. So we're really just trying to isolate the shoulder blade and this shoulder capsule as we pull across our body. Okay? Go ahead and switch sides. Pull it across your body. Core is still engaged. Don't arch through the low back as you do this. You're going to want to. It's easier to stand that way, but it's not the best. So keep your palm up as you pull in, give it a hug. Good. Next up, I want you to take your arm, reach it straight up overhead. Take it behind your head and pat yourself on the back. Go ahead and grab your elbow and pull. Good. Try to keep your posture up as much as you can, reaching down the back. You're stretching your tricep right now. You might feel it down into the lower part of your shoulder. And right through here, that is fine. Just listen to your body, and if it says, I don't like the stretch, then go ahead and hold off and just take a moment. Go ahead and switch. Other arm is up. Pat yourself on the back. Grab your elbow. Pull it across. Good, good, good. What I'd like you to do next is we're going to release our arms. Okay, stay nice and tall as we widen our stance a little bit. Feet are parallel, which means they run like the sides of a railroad track or the sides of a letter H. Feet are parallel. We're going to take one arm like we're rocking a baby, and the other arm is going to shoot up and out as we tip over nice and long. So our goal is to be reaching actively with this lower arm and this upper arm so we feel a stretch cue. Good. Bring that arm down, rock the baby in the opposite arm, and go up and towards the side. Try to make sure you're trying to stay in line with your legs as best as you can. You don't want to lean your chest forward. You should feel the stretch on the side of your body, not in your low back right now. Good. Go ahead and come up. Take it to a flat back, which means you're going to lower your chest as you hinge at your hips. So from the side, you should stay nice and flat, like a tabletop here. Your knees are straight. My weight is in the heels, and my hips are going backwards away from me. So from here, we're just going to bring it down to that tabletop position. You should feel a stretch in the back of the hamstring. We're going to reach down towards the floor as much as we can. If you can walk your hands through your legs. Go ahead and leave your right hand on the floor, and we're going to open up and twist. Looking towards the top. Bring it down. Twist the other way. Both hands to the floor. Walk towards center one more time. Good. Take it up to that flat back again. We're going to turn the toes outward and take it to a double lunge. So you're like a sumo wrestler in this position. You're going to drop your shoulder forward. You should feel the stretch from the shoulder blade down towards the hips or the pelvis area. And you may also feel the stretch in your legs on the adductors. That is okay. I like to actively push my knees apart. You do not want your knees to cave in on this stretch. Keep them upright towards the ceiling. Just drop that shoulder, twist that trunk or that torso to get the stretch in the back. And switch. Good. Take it up. We're now in this wide stance and I'm going to stay there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my trunk towards the side and take it down, nose towards my knee, trying to keep my back as flat as I can. Just because I can get my nose to my knee doesn't mean it's the best stretch. Wow. And up. Let's go to the other side. Flat back all the way down, nose towards the knee, but not rounding out my spine to achieve it. Okay, because I could go here, but I get a better stretch if I keep the integrity of the spine and force the stretch to be at my hamstring and my hip. All right, go ahead and come on up. Let's walk our feet together. We're going to interlock our hands behind our back. Now, this is my hardest stretch. So everyone has an area where they're like, oh, that was easy. I liked that stretch. This is my hardest one. So interlocking your hands, rolling your shoulders back. You're going to bow your chest down and lift your arms. If you can, keep going down and keep lifting up. My goal is to get better at this. But it is not my best stretch. And if you want to, you can give kisses during the stretch. Adorable one. Okay, so the next stretch we're going to do is actually for your calves and your ankles. So you're going to hold onto a wall or a chair if you have to for balance. You're going to stagger your feet. Your back leg is straight, heel is planted on the ground, and my feet are still running parallel like that letter H or that railroad track. From there, I'm going to shift my weight forward, lunging forward, and I should feel it pull in the meaty part of the calf or the gastroc muscle. Oh, I love your outfit. Such as stretching at home with a 2-year-old. Huh. And go ahead and switch. Opposite heel down, knee straight, bend that front leg, nice and tight tummy still. I'm not compromising my spine to get the stretch. Can you stand over here, please? Thank you.
Wait, it says it's the fish.
Yeah, why don't you go put them on your surfboard? All right. The next stretch for your ankles is going to be with a bent knee. So you're going to bend the knee now. Still stagger your feet, but they can actually be a lot closer than the last stretch. Can you stand over here, please? Thank you. From here, you're going to shift your weight forward, and now you're stretching out the muscle called the soleus. It's the second calf muscle. He's not utilized when the knee is straight. That's why we have to bend it to get it to stretch, okay? So the gastroc is the calf muscle that's used when the knee is locked out. That's why we have to lock it out to stretch him. The soleus is not recruited at that point. So we need to bend the knee to stretch the soleus. Switch sides. Over here. Thank you. And go ahead and stretch that other side too. My heel is down on both stretches, and that's very important. If your ankle pops up, if your heel pops up, you're no longer going to stretch the calf muscle, you're going to get more of the plantar fascia. That's not what we're going for right now, so go ahead and try to keep that heel down. All right, last one is for the front of the thighs. Go ahead and hold onto a wall or a chair, and I want you to bring your heel towards your bottom, tighten your tummy, and lift up through the top of your head. So I'm trying to elongate my body as much as possible. My knees should be side by side, and my heel should go towards my bottom. If your knee flares out to the side like this, you're not going to get a good quality stretch on the quad. The quad is actually a group of 4 muscles, so keep the alignment of the knee side by side with the other knee and pull the heel towards your bottom. Keep your core engaged so we keep your back uninvolved, and it'll actually put a greater stretch on the quads because you're not compensating for pitching the hips, okay? Opposite side, same thing. Nice tight tummy, heel towards the bottom. Try to get your knees aligned. If you can, stay looking forward. I know you're glancing at me, but then realign because you want to be a straight line from head to heel on the left leg. So everything's nice and tall and tight. All right, go ahead and shake it out. That was your stretching for today. We will go through more stretching for flexibility in some of the later videos, but that's just the general stretching that I would like you to participate in daily just to maintain good mobility, good function, and good health. All right, hope you had a great day. Bye, guys.